FlightBoss, bitch. And you know, I'm doing something new right now. This the introduction right now, because you know I just started a lot of shit that I didn't finish, like you know the sun sign combinations with the moon signs and all that shit. And I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. So you know, I'm trying to change the world right now. So I'm finna come out. I want everybody to know everything that I know. So we're gonna start off with the astrology program. We're gonna get into astrology. We're gonna get into education. We're gonna get into religion. We're gonna get into metaphysics. We're gonna get into a lot of shit. But I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna call this ghetto astrology, because you know I live in an urban area. You know what I'm saying? Very urban. I mean, it's nothing nice about even the suburban areas around here. But at the same time, I'm in the middle of the motherfucker. Listen, you're gonna tell by my language that I use and certain you can call it sigils, but we can call it hand mutuals or whatever you want to call it. I know what everything mean though, but I'm the first cool nigga that can explain it. You know what I'm saying? Like ghetto astrology. You know what I'm saying? This is about to be the shit, and I'm about to come out with a bunch of shit in this series. You know what I'm saying? To get people up on this astrology program, so we can move on to the next thing, and then hopefully you people could live in the dimension I'm living in. You know what I'm saying? But you need these ground basis connections and shit. So the first thing I'm about to start off is ghetto astrology. You know what I'm saying? So in the motherfucking ghetto astrology, what we doing this, what we're gonna do in these videos is we're gonna take all the teachings from these big old professional astrologers and metaphysic niggas and shit. We're gonna take all that shit that you feel like you have to keep going to these videos and learn and shit. We're gonna take all that shit and bring that into terms that you can understand it. And how I'm gonna do that is relate this to certain situations in everyday life. And there's not even a better way to do it than a person coming from poverty and coming from an urban area. When you face adversity in your life, that's when you get put to test of how much you are as a person, how much spirit you got, how much, you know what I'm saying, how much integrity you got, how much enthusiasm you got, how much creativity you got. At the lowest point of somebody's life can show the highest point of where they can actually take it to. So you don't want to be hearing nothing from somebody who started up here already because they haven't failed yet and picked themselves back up to understand the process it takes to be up there. You have a lot of people who was born in rich families and shit, in suburban areas and shit, and then when they get into this shit, they sound like tape recorders. They sound like they learned it and they recorded it in their brain, and then when it's time for them to teach it, they push play and it's actually repeating what you just learned, and you still have to find yourself getting deeper and deeper and have to see other videos where I'm gonna put it in the most basic terms you can. This is an example. I'm giving y'all an example right now. Okay, when you want to hear somebody say open up your third eye, right? First thing you think is let me go figure out some more information on how to open up your third eye. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna drown yourself out all day without realizing that whether you know it or not, everybody uses their third eye. Now, since you're not aware that you're using it, it can get infiltrated by certain different beings and shit. Yeah, of course. And they can use it for you. And blind your third eye with illusions and shit straight from Uranus and shit, and make you think other shit and star systems to come down using that Uranus energy, and you'll be getting took over by the Draco star system. You'll be took over by Syrians. You'll be took over by Anunnakis, all kind of shit. And I'm here to let you know that you embody all this shit, and using your third eye is actually your first eye, but to be aware that we all use it is just realizing something. Like, you ever had to do a math problem, and instead of counting on your hands, which that'll be using your sun sign, how you count on your hands, or using your mind to think about it, which is your moon sign. In this terms, when you realize it, like say you got a math problem, you figured it out in your head, or you was in some type of situation, right? And you figured out you figured out what was going on in that situation. You used your third eye. Now this think about if you was aware that that's what you was doing. In certain situations where you have to use your third eye, you'll be unstoppable because you're aware of that's what you're doing, and you go get a lot of information on it and shit. My bad. I'm getting I just got infiltrated right now. I just got blindsided by somebody from the Indigos. They work through electricity through my phone, work through a person to text me for something, and I have to reply to text. And once I send it, that's a being from Mercury. You know, it's like it goes deep, but I'm pushing that shit. I'm pushing that shit on y'all. Ghetto motherfucking astrology. You know what I'm saying? See, I could give y'all an example of everything that's going on right now. From where all the planet placements at and everything right now. From how they're in relationship to my birth chart right now. To the point that there's a reason for this issuing out right now. And me admitting this shit into the universe right now. This shit goes deep. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to let y'all know what's going on. So, I'm going to start this motherfucking series. We're going to start off with the astrology program. And I'm going to call this program Ghetto Astrology. You know what I'm saying? And the first video I might start off with the houses. You know what I'm saying? To get y'all up on that first. Because that goes into relationships with the zodiac signs too. But it's not the zodiac signs. Holla at your motherfucking boy. FlightBoss. FlightBoss journey through the sky. You know. For sure. Air. Hose. Grams. And you know, flights. That Moonwater mixtape is coming out too. You know what I'm saying? Look, I am young. I'm into the shit you into. And I'm not into the shit you into. So, I'm finna change the motherfucking world. Me, yes, the FlightBoss. I'm gonna change the world. FlightBoss.